Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Man, in the last episode, so much crazy shit went down. So, we're in Act 3, if you could not tell based on this little piece of paper that showed up at the bottom. But we're now in Act 3 here in Emi's route, and I guess what really led us into Act 3 was us finally getting closer, like real close, with Emi. We kissed her, basically. With the bench, of course. So, that was a big moment. I was really happy that we finally got to that point in this route. We all knew it was coming. Just, we had no idea when it was going to come. But, we're finally at that point, and we can move on to whatever this shit's about. But yeah, that was a crazy episode, and I hope that this one is maybe not as crazy. Let's tone it back down a little bit, all right? But I hope that good things happen. I'm really excited to continue on. I have no idea how much more there is. I don't know if there's 4 acts or 5. I'm not exactly how all this works, but whatever. I'm having fun, and I hope this goes on for as long as it needs to. Anyways, my head's in a spin all through Muto's class. I'm gonna have dinner with Emi, who wants to be my girlfriend, no less. A date. And then she kissed me. That kiss. I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emi. Uh-oh. Saw this coming. Nakai? Hello? It seems like I drifted a bit too far. Huh? What? Egad. Both are the same. You've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone get the nurse. The class chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again, and all that, right? Exactly. Muto brightens considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. When the fuck did we become his star pupil? I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. And the bell rings, and Muto wants to have a word with us. Nakai, may I have a word with you? I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Muto looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that? No, you're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I want to ask you. Uh-oh. Here we go. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for graduation or for after graduation are. Are you going to university? Yeah, I guess. I can't really see a reason not to go. Given any thought on what you'll be studying? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Muto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. Well, not really. I knew I'd go into a science. I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there were all sorts of things. Muto trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue. What a confusing man. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well because I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that yes, here is where we are. That's incorrect punctuation right there. Somehow I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. I'm sorry, I'm not following you. Mito frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers as if he's remembered what the point of all this was. Right, yes, you. Me? Yes. You should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather just go into math. Mito makes a sour face. God damn. Well, I guess I can understand. Once you get, like, to around calculus 2 and 3, things just getting really whack. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs. You're saying I should study science at university? Mito seems thrown off balance by my question. Well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course, you'd need to find other members. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. And, I could give you things to read and we could talk about them. And I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Wait. Mito rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A Brief History of Time. I don't know if I actually want to read this, but Mito seems pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space, space-time, black holes and such. And it's not that dense. Just to see if that sort of thing's interesting for you, you understand? Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I could show you how to make explosives in the lab. He waves a hand at my quizzical expression. Joking, sorry. Still, I've kept you here long enough for now. Think about science as a career path, Nakai. I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. I guess it's a free book? Why not? I leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill until Emmy's out of practice. Guess I'll give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? I head back to the dorms. Oh, great. I feel like we're gonna run into Kenji while we're here. I wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. I guess I could just swing by the track. That's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I could just wait for her in her room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. I take a quick shower, remembering to take my medication once I hop out. Now, for a look at this book. Well, alright. I hope that the entire day didn't just pass and we fell asleep or some shit like that. I really hope something like that did not happen. Aw, fuck. Well, I guess I called that one. I wake with a start. Shit, what time is it? A glance at the clock reveals that I've been asleep for nearly an hour. Oh, thank goodness. Emmy's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw on some casual clothes and head for the track. Somehow I get the feeling we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Emmy doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. Still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Emmy. Despite our newfound closeness, I still feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Well, I have lots of time to fix that. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Don't you love it when you're just thinking and, just considering things in your mind while walking and you end up in an area and you just didn't realize? Emmy is nowhere to be found. I don't even see any signs of the track team. This could be embarrassing. I turn to head towards the girls' dormitory when I hear a shout. Hey, Hisao. Oh, shit, dude. Casual clothes. I turn around to see Emmy making a beeline for me with a gym bag slung over her shoulder. She's changed into some decidedly more casual clothing, a pair of shorts and an olive green top. Her running blades have been replaced by more realistic-looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that, a fact which makes me smile. Hey, you came! I mean, I figure you would, but still. I suddenly find myself wrapped in a rather affectionate hug, and it proves to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off my face. Well, of course I came. I'd be crazy not to, right? Emmy ponders for a moment. That's true. I mean, I'm pretty amazing after all. Oh man, they're getting conceited. I shrug in response. I certainly think so. It's an offhand remark, which is why I'm surprised to see that it seems to have caught Emmy by surprise. She blushes and smiles warmly at me before planting a kiss on my lips. Ooh, it's more casual now. Now it's my turn to be surprised. Emmy steps back, resting her weight on her back heel, looking pleased with herself. My brain fumbles for an appropriate response. I should compliment you more often. Emmy laughs and gives me a playful shove, which, knowing Emmy, she probably just knocked the shit out of us. Jerk. I throw an arm around Emmy's shoulders, and I'm pleased when she immediately leans into me as if it were the most natural thing in the world. So, where to? I'm not actually sure. Saw that one coming. Where do people go on dates around here anyway? That's a damn good question. I've got no idea. Why don't we just head down to the Aura Mart and grab something portable? Emmy's face brightens at this idea. A picnic. I think you're onto something, Hisao. Aren't we always? Emmy snakes her arm around my waist and we begin to head for the front gate. I'm entirely unsure of what I'm meant to do in this situation, but at least Emmy seems to be equally clueless. That's usually how those high school relationships work. I remember my first high school relationship. It was pretty much my first real relationship. Look, guys, in the beginning it was awkward as fuck. We had no idea what we were doing. And it's like that. I'm pretty sure it's like that with a lot of, entry level. I don't know if that's a correct term, but pretty much just people coming into high school and starting, the relationship game. Despite the relaxing feeling of being with Emmy, I still can't help feeling a little tense. What if I do something wrong? I'd hate to make an ass out of myself. The trip to the Aura Mart is accompanied by Emmy's chatter about how practice went. I keep quiet for the most part, merely enjoying the warmth of being around Emmy. We get a few odd looks from passers-by, but I don't mind. We wind up buying some bread and instant noodles. Hell yeah. Realizing too late that we cannot actually cook the latter in the park. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. That'll work. Now, the park is located after a brief loss of direction that I blame entirely on Emmy. She, of course, blames me. We find a spot beneath a tree and sit down. I lean back against the trunk. Emmy sits across from me. I guess we should have brought a blanket or something to sit on, huh? Emmy shrugs. I don't mind. Neither do I. Emmy tosses me a package of bread and we dig in. Curry bread. Interesting. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what I grabbed in the store. Hey, Hisao. You look like your bread's a little spicy. I shake my head, trying in vain to keep an image of manliness. Nah, it's hardly spicy at all. I see. That must be why your face has gotten so red. Yes, exactly. The lack of spice has, gotten my blood up. Yeah, good one, Hisao. We got her there. Because of the disappointment. Emmy laughs and swallows the last of her bread. Well, if you can't handle it, I'll be glad to take it off your hands. Hey, just because you wolf down yours so quickly doesn't mean I'm going to just give you mine. Emmy mock pouts, causing me to nearly choke on my bread with laughter. Aw, come on, Hisao. Aren't you supposed to be concerned with making sure I've got enough to eat now? We're dating, you know. Though, Emmy looks troubled all of a sudden. I can't say I feel any different. Huh? What do you mean by that? What makes this a date? It's just what we would have done anyway, really. But this should feel different because before, when we had lunch, we were friends. And now we're a level above friends. You sound like Rin. Laughter escapes and Emmy grins. Well, she might have put the thought into my mind. We've talked about this sort of thing before. Really? About me? Not really, just stuff, really. Rin thinks that the change of a label from friend to girlfriend seems arbitrary most of the time. Like there's no difference between the two. I can think of at least one, you know. You don't tend to kiss your friends quite as much. No comment. For the second time today, Emmy blushes slightly and giggles. I suppose you're right. Exactly. I'm always right about things like this. Emmy rolls her eyes and chuckles. Guess you're pretty smart, huh? I nod in agreement. Yep. Even Muto thinks so. He thinks I should go into some scientific study after graduation. Emmy raises an eyebrow. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually just do that. Really, the more I consider the idea, the more it appeals to me. I make a mental note to look into it a little more closely. So what are you thinking about doing after graduation? Still planning on running? Emmy shrugs, seeming almost a bit hesitant. I don't know. If I'm good enough, and I can find a team, I guess. You mean you aren't sure? I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Really. You probably should, you know. Graduation isn't that far off. Emmy fidgets a little nervously. Yeah, well, it's far enough, right? That was my philosophy back in senior year. Besides, I've got other things to think about. There's a mischievous flash behind Emmy's eyes, and I suddenly find myself gloriously pinned against the tree. Uh-oh. Like making sure this is a real date, right? I mean, if we don't kiss, then it's not a date at all, right? I suppose... Strawberries and curry. Not the best combination, but I don't think I mind. Emmy sits back on my legs and grins again. There. Science would approve, right? I have the oddest mental image of Muto nodding seriously and making a mark on some checklist. What the fuck? I can't help laughing at the idea. Well, I'll admit, this is the first time I've ever witnessed a kiss being met with laughter. Should I feel offended? No. I'm sure science approves. Emmy beams at me, and I find it increasingly difficult to keep my brain functioning properly. Oh, good. It is at this... What am I even saying? It is at this point I notice that Emmy has stolen the remainder of my curry bread while I was otherwise occupied with images of teachers wielding clipboards. Hey! Emmy tries to look innocent, but considering she's just crammed the last bits of my bread into her mouth, it does not appear to be working. Sorry, can't resist. Thief. A shrug from my companion is all I get in response. That seems to be the usual. You used your feminine wiles on me. I wasn't that hungry anyway, but I still feel that the point needs to be made. Emmy seems confused by the phrase feminine wiles. I don't know if it's wills or wiles, but who the fuck cares? But the understanding dawns on her features after a moment's thought. Wasn't anything of the sort. You were laughing. Feminine wiles don't involve laughing. I guess I can't argue with this. That doesn't change your thievery. Emmy laughs at my injured tone and gives me a playful shove, which again is like destroying our ribcage. Fine, you can have the instant noodles. Are you kidding? That stuff's terrible. If anything, you should definitely eat it as punishment. Another laugh from the girl sitting on my legs, both of which have fallen asleep by now. Oh boy. What the fuck? I twitch one leg to try and wake it up, which has the unintended effect of unbalancing Emmy, who falls to the side with a startled yeep. Whoops, sorry about that. Legs fell asleep on me. Emmy remains on the ground giggling. I stand up a little shakily, feeling the nerves of my legs return to normal. My eyes wander over the scenery before fixing on the figure of Emmy, who has yet to get up. Damn, dude! Now that's some happiness right there. Her hair is splayed out around her neck, her arms are spread, and laughter is bubbling up through her mouth. Everything about Emmy seems condensed into this one image. Her energy, her spirit, her childish giggling. The urge to lay down on the grass with her rises swiftly from the back of my mind to the forefront of my thoughts, and indeed I am convinced that I would love nothing more than to do just that. Unfortunately, the sun is set, and it is probably time for us to get back to the dormitories. While Emmy may be happy to stay out here all night, I don't think I have that ability. Besides, homework soon beckons. It wouldn't make sense to start thinking about things like university and then slack off, would it? I extend a hand to Emmy to help her up. We should probably get going. Emmy makes a sour face. You're right. She grabs my proffered hand, and I pull her to her feet and into a hug. Oof. This time I'm the one who kisses her, unable to resist having Emmy against me. Seems a shame to leave, you know? Yeah, it does. But if we don't get back to the school soon, we'll probably get into trouble. Emmy pokes me in the ribs playfully, which is basically destroying our rib cage. And you need to do your homework, I'm sure. Sadly, you're absolutely right. I throw my arm around her shoulders, and we make the trek back to the school, accompanied by occasional bouts of laughter as our conversation jumps from subject to subject. Everything from running to school to the peculiar way that one of the cafeteria workers smells. That's always a fun conversation. All too soon, we find ourselves outside of the girls' dormitory building. Well, I guess I'll be going then. I guess so, huh? Emmy grins at me again with that mischievous look. Are you going to be able to survive without me? I laugh. I'm sure I'll manage. How terrible. Aren't you supposed to say something like, I'll be counting the seconds you are away? Nah, I don't think so. Emmy pulls me down into a quick goodbye kiss and steps back, looking unexpectedly shy. Thanks for dinner. I really had fun. Honestly, I did. So did I. I think we shall have to do it again sometime. Emmy laughs at my deadpan delivery and nods. See you bright and early tomorrow morning, right? You've got to run off that bread after all. Of course, despite the fact that you ate most of it. Yes, despite that. See you later, Hisao. As Emmy turns to head inside, I notice something weird. Something so weird that I'm surprised I didn't notice it earlier. She's limping slightly, favoring the left leg. Uh-oh. Hey, Emmy. Huh? Is your leg okay? Emmy looks confused, or at least fakes confusion. What are you talking about? Your right leg. You're limping. There's the briefest flash of concern on Emmy's face. Either she didn't want me to know, or she didn't think I'd notice, or I prefer to think she just didn't realize it. Oh, that. She shrugs casually. Must have gotten knocked a little out of alignment during the picnic. No idea what would have caused that, of course. I think back to being pinned under the tree. Ah. Should have told me. We could have stopped and fixed it, you know? Emmy waves a hand airily. Nah, it's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it, okay, Hisao? It's fine. Why do I get the feeling that she's convincing herself as well as me? Aw, fuck, dude. Hold up. This actually may be something very serious. That I don't know. I don't know, man, like... Fuck. Alright. We could let it rest and just, you know, believe her. But if we press the issue, she'll either get mad at us or we will make progress. Well, the last time I tried to do what I thought was the right thing, we kind of got yelled at. So I'm not really sure what would be best in this situation. I think we probably should press the issue. Are you absolutely sure? You don't want to go ahead and adjust it before heading up the stairs? You could get hurt if you don't, right? I said it was fine, Hisao. Seriously, don't worry about it. I've got some experience in these matters after all. Yeah, I suppose so. Emmy grins reassuringly. Honestly, Hisao, I appreciate the concern, but I really am okay. Now really, I need to get going. Your attempts to keep me around are doomed to fail. Heh, of course. Just prolonging the goodbye, I suppose. Another grin lights up Emmy's face. Good night, Hisao. Good night. As she limps inside, I find myself hoping she's okay, despite her assurances that she's fine. I think I can call this a successful first date. Hell, any day that ends with Emmy pinning me under a tree to kiss me can't be bad, can it? I head back to my room, mentally thank the gods that Kenji doesn't ambush me in the hallway, and get started on my homework. Avoiding Kenji is a truly difficult job, but if you can actually do it, I mean, I guess you gotta thank the gods. And I think I'll be okay with my choice with pressing the matter, making sure that she actually is okay. I'm fine with that. Alright, we'll move on from that. So far, I'm not really against any of my decisions. I'm totally fine with everything that I've done. I think. I'm okay with it. This is a blind run after all, so whatever. Anyways, we'll end it here. We are pretty much out of time. So we are on Invisible Rock. Lovely. So, we'll do that next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Katawa Shoujo. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.